Hello everyone, my name is Cristian Niculescu and you know me for a lot of connectors for UiPath, Salesforce, ServiceNow, Jira, Confluence, and so on. I did also some videos on your request on how to send raw messages to the system without any activity. So basically, I did stuff for ServiceNow. I did yesterday auto authentication and download files for Salesforce without any activity, and today we'll do a get, an insert, an update, and a delete, again without any activity. Yeah? So how we send raw comments to these systems? First, on your project, you need to have UiPath web activities. Yeah, it's default by UiPath in the UiPath Studio, but is not default added to your project. Add to your project, and then you'll use HTTP request. Yeah. So if I want to get data from Salesforce instance, for example, I want to get all the accounts, yeah? And first I need to authorize, and then I will send a comment. For authorization, remember to follow me on the YouTube and see this movie where I show you how to do auto authorization and download the files, yeah? So see the authorization of this movie. So what I do here, it's I send an HTTP request to get the authorization, then I will get the key and the instance login, and then I will do a get, yeah? So to get all the account, I will do this. I will send the get command to the instance that service.42 in my case. You can go until 47 or 48 is the latest version of the protocol. And then you see a select, yeah? In my case, I want the name and the ID from account. Here you can put any object. I recommend you to use the activity, build a select, and then when you go to your production, use this and just copy the select, yeah? To not carry the activity and so on. So after I do this select, this will return a string. I will deserialize the string. Then I will search on the records. You can see, so I say that the records is a JArray, and then I will do a for each on these records. I will print the name and the ID of the accounts, yeah? So if I run this stuff, we will see that the robot will print for us the name and the ID of all the accounts, yeah? So this is the name and the ID of all our accounts. Good. Let's insert something on the Salesforce. So again, I do the authorization, I take the key, and then I have to send the JSON, yeah? So I have to build a JSON. When I send an account, so I have here a variable that is called GS object. It's a JSON object. I say the new object to initialize. And then I invoke the add method for this variable. And I will send a parameter. So for example, for the account, I will say the name parameter, and here should be G token. And I will say test insert, yeah? So this will be the name of the account. Test insert is the name of the account. On the HTTP request, I have a post. The post will be on the URL that ServiceNow S object account. Here you can put any type of object that you want from Salesforce. The activity will give you all the name of the objects. And here on the body, I need to put J object to string, and I need to specify that this body will be a JSON body, yeah? And then I will receive a response. I will deserialize the response, and I will print the ID of the response. So let's run it, and let's see what's happened. So I get this ID. This is the ID of my response. And if we take a look on the Salesforce, all my accounts, it was test, yeah? Test insert. You see, I have here test insert. So this is the account that I create. Now, if I have multiple parameters, if I want multiple parameters, I will copy paste multiple invoke methods, and I will put multiple parameters, yeah? Now, if I want to delete this account, so if I want to delete this account, I will go and go to delete. Again, I authorize, I extract the data, and here I will use a delete method, and the endpoint should be the instance URL service.account, so the object in my case, and the ID. The ID, I'll copy paste the ID that I already created, yeah? So let's hit run, and let's see what's happened. Then I don't have any variables here. Okay, let's refresh. And my account disappeared. So in this way, I delete something. Now, if I want to update, again, I have to authenticate. I have to create a JSON with update. For example, here I will update the phone number, yeah? So I'll put the phone number to be 112233 and so on, yeah? 2233 and so on, okay? So, and then on the HTTP request, I put patch for the update. I put, again, service data 42 or 47 or 48, object account, and ID. I will get an ID now. So let's see, I want to update this one, yeah? To get the ID from here, it's on the top. So I will go here. I say Control-C, and I will go back and put the ID here. Done. Okay, it's exactly that ID. It was, I was working also with that. So I'll put the body to be JSON to string. Application should be JSON, and I will have a result, yeah? Let's run it. The end. And if I go to this account now, and I will go to details, you'll see that the phone number is 111222333, yeah? So in this way, you are able to send REST API comments to the Salesforce instance without any activity. So for the clients that they don't want to carry an activity, or they want just to make only one simple step on Salesforce and so on, they can use this code. They can create very simple this request, and based on with this request, they can do their update via REST API and then go further with the UI automation. As usual, don't forget to follow me on the YouTube and contact me here or on the marketplace or on LinkedIn to tell me what else you want to see on the channel. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe. Have a good one. Bye-bye.